Good morning, friends. It's Thursday morning. Pull up a seat. It's casserole day. Now, you know I love a good casserole and I love a good, quick, convenient meal on Thursdays when it's truck day. I never know when I'm going to get a phone call that says, you need to come, I'm going to be there in 15 minutes. So, I was going through my old cookbooks over the weekend and I found this recipe and I was like, I've got to share this with my friends because this is super simple and it sounds delicious, at least to me anyway. We are making meatloaf casserole. So anyway, in my pan here, I have a 9x13 and I have 2 pounds of ground beef. Now this ground beef I had put up in my freezer. It's fully cooked. I thawed it out last night when I got home from work. So to this, we're gonna mix it up right in the pan because you know how I'll do it. 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. Now honestly, I've never made this before. I don't know what it's gonna taste like, so we're gonna do this together. 2 cans of cream of mushroom. Go. And then it's 1 pack of Lipton onion soup mix. You don't have to be Lipton. You can use the generic. I do. I don't even know why I had the name brand. Okay, and then it's 1 cup of water in the can. Grab that. Shut up. Okay, so we're going to do 1 can of water. And that's it for the meatloaf part. See? Oh my goodness. This is so simple. Now I'm not going to add any salt and pepper because we know the soup's salty and we know that that Lipton soup mix is salty. So we're just going to mix this. Jake's down here. He's very interested in what I'm doing. Of course. I think the hardest part of this is just getting everything incorporated and mixed up. Now today when I get home, I will put it in a 350-degree oven until everything is nice and brown and cooked through. Okay, so this is it for the meatloaf part. Now, what goes next on top is instant mashed potatoes. Okay, so I know, listen, honestly, I love instant mashed potatoes. I grew a fondness for those in my earlier days of my diverticulitis when I had to eat mushy food. I kept them on hand when I was in attack, when I was having an attack, so I could have them. I love them. Maybe you don't like them, and if you don't, mash your own potatoes, that's fine. Well, I love a good instant mashed potato. I don't eat them all the time, but... So I thought I would change it up and use a cheddar and sour cream. Ooh. Now you can use plain, whatever flavor you want. So when I do the instant mashed potatoes, it calls for 2 cups of boiling water. But what I do, I like to add 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of water. We're gonna doctor them up a little bit. And then I like to add just a little bit of butter to that. And we're just gonna follow the directions. We're gonna bring this to a boil, put in your taters, and then let them set. And then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna come back, be right back. Okay, so the taters are done, and we're getting ready to ice this meatloaf casserole like it's a cake. Now, I got to thinking, the recipe called for 1 pound of ground beef, and I kind of doubled it, you know, because there's more of us. So we'll see. Maybe I won't have enough mashed potatoes. Maybe I will. We're just going to make it work. It is what it is, and it will be what it is. I don't even make sense. All right, y'all know that about me. Okay, just gonna take the spatula, we're just gonna spread it out over the casserole as well as possible. I may have to look to see if I got any more mashed potatoes because I don't think this is gonna be enough. And it's not gonna be enough. So I'm gonna go back to my pantry and I'm gonna see if I have another. So if you do 2 pounds of ground beef, do 2 packets of potato or a family size potato. See, you live and you learn. And it didn't occur to me till just now that I doubled the recipe. Well, I didn't really double the recipe. It called for 1 pound of ground beef, the same ingredients. I used 2 pounds of ground beef. So I imagine it was made in like a 9x9. Okay, I don't know, maybe I'm getting there. I don't know, I think I want a little bit more taters. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at my pantry, see if I have another potato, and I'm gonna make it, and then we'll add it on. I'll be back. Okay, friends, luckily I found another pack of, these are just the plain reduced sodium. These are the ones I like the best. So here's the scenario. If you're gonna use 1 pound of ground beef, you use the same soups and the same water and only 1 pack of potatoes. Now, if you're doing 2 pounds like me, I suggest 2 packs of potatoes or the family size, okay? We live and we learn. That's what I get for not reading directions, isn't it? Probably should have looked over the recipe again before I come to you. Okay, this is gonna make the difference here. All problems solved. That's the thing about cooking, isn't it? It's not all cut and dry. There's room for improvement. There's room to change up the recipe. To live, learn. Oh, there's a fly on my camera. You may be able to see him. Sorry. Listen, y'all, I live in the country. I got goats. I got chickens. I've got a little bit of turkeys. I got flies. Nothing I can do about it. All right, there we go. And I leave the door open a lot. As Brock says, it's my fault. Because I like to leave the sliding glass door open. All right, there we go. That's going to be perfect now. There we go. So I'm going to let this cool for a few minutes. I have this lid that comes with my 9x13. I love that. I let it cool for a minute so it doesn't stick to that lid. I'm going to add a little bit of paprika because it's pretty. Well, if it comes out, there it comes. Alrighty, friends. And I may put a little bit of butter spray on it when I put it in the oven. I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel when I get home. That's it, friends. It's so simple, so easy. So I'll recap. I did 2 pounds of ground beef, fully cooked, and then 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 1 packet of lifted onion soup mix. Stir, stir, stir. There went the fly. And then if you're going to do a big pan like me, family size of potatoes or 2 packs of the small ones. And mix it up like I did. I did 1 plain pack and 1 of the sour cream and cheddar. And you can even put some cheese on this. Listen, it's your meatloaf casserole. Add what you want. All right, there it is. I'm going to put, ooh, she's heavy. All right, I'm going to go get ready for work, and I'll be back this afternoon, and I'll show you this when this beauty comes out of the oven. Bye. Oh, I'm going to fix some green beans with this too, and I also have some of leftover those sheet pan vegetables. I got to watch how I say that. Also, I'll tell you real quick, I'm feeling better. Yesterday, I didn't have the bloating I normally do, so I guess cutting out some of those gluten is helping. Listen, I went to the pharmacy to pick up my diabetic medicine, so I picked up some probiotics. Been reading about this. Look at this big bottle. I just opened it this morning. From here down is where the gummies are. Why waste this big bottle? They're trying to fool us to think we're getting more. Look at that. Looks like I've taken half of them, or 3/4 of them. Anyway, I'm feeling better. I'm going to keep steady the course and see what happens. All right, friends, I'll be back this afternoon. Bye. Okay, friends, we're home. Our truck didn't come till closing time till 1 o'clock, so we didn't get home till 2. So I $3.75 for 30 minutes. It's a little loosey-goosey right now, and if I had my choice, I would let it set for a little bit like a lasagna, but I don't have time, so if I want to eat before I go back to work, I'm just going to have to go for it. So here it is. She's not the prettiest of things, but I'm hoping she'll taste good. So let's get us a scoop here. Like I said, I've never made this before. I don't know what to expect. A little runny. Let's see what it tastes like. It's super hot. Just took it out of the oven. So let's see. That really has a great taste. Had I to do again, I would not put in the water because it's a little, and maybe it'll firm up because I just don't have time to let it because I need to eat, go to work. So it's actually delicious. It's just not, you know, she's not the prettiest girl. Sometimes us ugly girls are what's best. It honestly is delicious. Hope you try it. Hope you like it. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to eat so I can get back to work. Bye, friends.